everybody, and welcome back to Memoirs and Some, the podcast. It's your girl, Myia Dominique. And today I brought my girl back. This is my high school best friend. Y'all should already know, my dog, Miss Darnisha Dula D. And we decided to do an impromptu episode and just give y'all a little something on excuses and accountability. Like, we are each other's accountability partner. But I'm gonna let her introduce herself first before we get into that, cause we go straight in. When I tell y'all we talk every morning at 5 a.m. If I don't talk to her, we feel crazy. Who are you, girl?
I am Dula D. I also have a podcast, Sincerely Black Girl Podcast.
Yes.
That's who I am, Darnisha. Dula D. That's it. That's me.
All right. So, sis, we often talk about being accountable and just making decisions that are going to be, and let me just say this. This is following the prior episode. So if you watched the episode before, I'm a motivator. I'm a person that gives you the uncut, the raw, the real deal Holyfield, because I want to see you win. I want to see everybody win. I'm not no hater. So when I say that it's following that episode, I try to do things in sequence, because surrounding your people, or surrounding yourself, with people who want to see you do better, want to see you succeed, want to see you in a better place, and want to see you grow, they have a different type of attitude towards you. Excuses are like assholes. Everybody got one.
Period.
If you allow that to be what you do, to make excuses, you never gonna get nowhere. Nothing gets done with a person who makes excuses. Help me out. I'm just,
We can straight into it. Okay, no cards. A card or something. Icebreaker, but okay, we can get right into it. But I agree 100%. You can't make it nowhere with excuses. Nobody want to hear your sad story. Everybody has something going on. It's like,
yeah,
you gotta just learn how to deal with the punches, and especially if you are a parent.
Yes,
you gotta keep it moving. Like,
so let's break it down. Let's break it down. I'm glad you said that. Let's break it down. There are excuses in every category, or you can make excuses for every category in your life. Meaning, parenting. If every time your child needs to do something, you got an excuse as to why you can't do it, do your child become dependable on you, or do they look at you like, this lady can't never get nothing done?
She gonna look at you, he or she gonna look at you like, I can't count on her. Because every time I want to do something, she try to tell me we can't do it. So now they gonna go elsewhere and ask for help.
And on the contrary, making excuses for livelihood in parenting. Meaning, there is no such thing as, oh, I don't have enough to get Pampers, or I don't have enough to get clothes or shoes, or to do uniform shopping, anything. I mean, the list goes on. What Smokey Mama say? Make it enough.
Period.
We laugh at that sentence and that phrase so much because it's funny, it's entertaining, it was meant for that purpose. But when you think about it, that is reality. Make it enough. Make it stretch. Make it work.
Period.
Because life is going to throw you these things. I have people around me that I just refuse to allow myself to bring me in a certain place, or allow them to bring myself into that certain place, because I know they always got an excuse.
Mm-hmm.
How do you deal with people who always got an excuse?
I don't.
Well, damn.
I don't have time. Especially if you, it's different type of people that comes up with different excuses. Okay, if you just out here and it's just you, You should have no excuse why you can't get nothing done because you don't have nobody else taking care of to take care of.
Nobody to be accountable for but yourself.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
If you a parent and you got excuses, it's like I can't rock with you because if it's like, okay, I can't get my kids this because I want to go and do this for myself. It's like, baby, this baby didn't ask to be here. You gotta make it happen. You gotta make something shake. I don't care if you gotta, what's the saying, rob Peter to pay Paul. I don't care what you gotta do, but you gotta make stuff happen for them kids. And I feel like when it comes to excuses, especially when it comes to kids, I don't play that. So as soon as I hear one excuse come out your mouth, that's when I hit you with the I'm gonna call you back. And you know, if a black person tell you that they gonna call you back, you continue. Yeah. Continue with your life. I'm not calling you back.
Carry on. Focus on yourself.
Yes. Right.
Like in true black people time, for real. So listening to that and understanding that's where we are. I guess for me, I like to acknowledge, I give people the benefits of the doubt. I do. I give people the benefit of the doubt. I will work with you. But once I continue to feel like you are not putting forth that same effort, I'll fall back. Mm-hmm. Excuse me. That's just reality. I don't allow other people's excuses and unorganization for things affect me. I always have a plan B, C, D, E, and so on and so forth. I'll have the mindset to move forward. My mindset, I pray every day on what I want out of my life, what I want, and I tell God, like, please help me with this. Please help me with that. You ask not because you have not because you ask not, and I ask every day, and my time coming, irregardless as to what that means, how far I gotta go, what sacrifices I have to make. I'm willing to do all of the above because I have tunnel vision. Mm-hmm. People with tunnel vision, they don't make excuses. They don't have excuses to make. Mm-hmm. When you go into this thing of, you want to do this, you want to do that, you got to do this, you got to do that. You feel like life just throw you all these things and you got to do all this stuff at one time. But a part of making excuses, people who make excuses and people who continue to have excuses. I know a few people that every time they're supposed to do something or every time they have a commitment or engagement, they just don't.
Mm-hmm. I know people like that too.
I guess my thing is, number one, I evaluate that situation for myself. Like, is this going to be beneficial to me or is this going to be harmful to me? If this is going to be harmful to what I got going on, meaning put me in a bad place, stress me out, put me in a pickle, I remove myself.
As you should.
How you coming? What you do?
If I feel like if I don't like how you coming, I'm also removing myself. But I'm gonna let you know I'm removing myself. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna say, hey, you coming with too many excuses. I don't like how you moving. That just don't fit in my life and what I like to do. So I'm sorry, but I can't continue this with you. I wish you nothing but the best. Yeah. And move around from there because, like you said, when you have tunnel vision, you don't have time for excuses. Mm-hmm. It's no room for excuses. You figure it out.
And I guess for me, correct me if I'm wrong, people use excuses use giving these multiple excuses or having all of these excuses as a cop-out.
Yes.
There'd be cop-outs for shit that they really could be doing. Mm-hmm. Definitely cop-outs because, like, for instance, I was once at that place, and I'm good for talking about myself because I would rather talk about myself and learn from my mistakes and be able to help somebody else than to look at it like, oh, nah, girl, just don't do that. No, don't do it because of this. This is why. Yes. So I used to be one of those people who I would put stuff off because of my kids. I used my kids as an excuse for a long time. Long time. Miles is 11, and I just started really taking all of my businesses serious. But I hit the ground rolling. Like when I did it, I had tunnel vision for real. I made a determination that I was going to give myself 2.5 years to get all of my stuff established, all of my stuff done and set in stone because I refused to be 30 and not have my shit together. That was my goal. And I knew that internally, externally, financially, physically, emotionally. I didn't care what state of mind I was in. I don't care if I was pregnant. I didn't care if I was married, not married. I didn't care if I had additional baby daddies or whatever the case may be. I knew by 30 all of my things that I wanted done as far as my businesses and my personal life, just having my life organized and in a good, comfortable place. I had to work.
Mm-hmm.
It was time to go. It was time to work.
Yeah.
But I definitely was an excuse person. I use my kids all the time. Oh, well, my kids, they in this and they in that. And it's like, girl, okay, they in that for 3 hours. It's 24 hours in a day. Boo hoo.
Girl, that's me. Especially when Riley was first born. I can't go. I got a newborn that needs her ocean sounds to go to sleep. And she needed dark. And she only sleeps if it's her bed. And she need her blanket. And she need her Curious George.
Yeah.
And then eventually I was like, I can't keep doing it. I can't keep keeping her as an excuse because one day I'm really going to be invited and they're not going to invite me because they don't think that I'm dependable, a reliable person, a person that hold my word. It's a lot of stuff people start saying about you and start thinking about you.
And feeling those ways, yeah.
Yes, and then my feelings got hurt when I asked somebody once, I'm like, why didn't they invite me? They was like, because we knew you was going to say you couldn't come because Riley had something. I was like, all right, let me get it together.
Right, wow.
Picking up on what I'm putting down. All right.
Okay.
Let me get it together. I used to be like that. I feel like everybody once made excuses in their life.
Yeah.
It's about learning from them. Are you going to continue to make these excuses? Or are you going to find...
You're going to use it as a crutch or you're going to continue or you're going to make it a better situation for yourself? Yep.
Like how you said, we hold each other accountable. So if we talking about something, we don't ever hang up and be like, sister, I'm about to cook dinner, so let me call you later. We be like, okay, sister, we about to cook dinner and continue this conversation. And we prop the phone up and cook dinner. You be helping the boys with the homework. I'll be giving Riley a coloring sheet. It's like you learn instead of making the excuses. You realize, like, okay, this is my life. I need to do this, and this is the amount of time I have in a day, and these are the things that I want to do. Okay, how can I kill two birds with one stone? Maneuver this like this to make that work. You just make it work. I don't know. You just make it happen.
Yeah. You definitely got to make stuff happen. So my friend is a brat, y'all, and she loves the end cards. So instead of us doing one, we gonna do two. But we got the friend edition and we got the self edition. So which one we going first, girl?
Friend.
Okay, let's find a good friend one. So I'm not gonna look. And these cards, the end cards, they just really help you kind of gauge your topic, bring things back around. So if only one of us could become successful, who would you want it to be and why?
I don't like these questions because there's no such thing as one of us becoming successful.
Good answer, my nigga. Because I was sure finna say that it don't work like that.
Right, because even now, we not where we want to be in life, but we make sure we set each other up even now in our life. So, like, if you got something, you make sure I'm straight. If I got something, I make sure you straight. So that question don't apply to us because whether I become successful you and the boys coming with me, or
no
if you
excuses.
yeah,
Ain't that what we just talking about? There is no excuses. Everybody must win. There is no excuse as to who's to get what.
Yeah, they don't apply.
Let's try this one. What do you think life is teaching me right now? And then I'm going to add a curve to that. So answer that.
I think that life is kind of teaching you that you shouldn't have waited so long to really truly believe in yourself. I think that's what life is teaching you. And like now that you hear and you believing in yourself, life's teaching you that if you would have did it a long time ago, you could have been
in another place. Yep.
I think life is also teaching you on another hand how to be grateful for what you have.
Yeah.
Because I feel like if you would have had all the things you had years ago, you wouldn't have appreciated it as much as you do now. Like I feel like it took a little growth and life knew. Like you needed, not saying you was immature or anything. You needed
like some extra time though.
Yes, to really appreciate what you got.
This is
I feel like that's what life teaching you,
girl. Okay. So we're gonna answer the second part to that after. What life is teaching you, I think life is teaching you that time waits on nobody. It is teaching you that time waits on nobody, and you got to get in where you fit in. Make it count. Often you and I talk, and I'm like, okay, so what did you do today that contributes to that? And the first thing you'll be like, well, I didn't do nothing. You know, my face gets turned up real quick because what do you mean? What do you mean? We had this conversation. By the time she and I talk back, I'd have been sent 50 emails, and she like, bitch, you don't be playing. Girl, because you got it. Time waits for nobody. So I think life is teaching her that now, like, oh, I got to make this happen. I got to make stuff shake because she's looking up and she's looking around like, oh, I thought I had enough time for this, but I got to meet these deadlines for myself.
Yes.
That's definitely true. So the counterpart to that is, what excuses have you made within these lessons right now? And then how have you, or how do you plan to move forward? So for me, as far as actually holding out on time to like get stuff done, the excuses I made was my kids, not having enough time, and not being in the position financially to do stuff. But finances don't always mean that you can't. It just puts a damper in what you want done. But who's to say that you can't outline it? You can't have those things prepared. So when you do have the finances to do it, all you're doing is sending over, hey, this is what I need done. This is what I need done. This is what I need to do. And not knowing how to do stuff is a big thing for me. If I don't know how to do it, I get so frustrated. Whereas I could just take 10 minutes and read something and try to learn it, which I do, but I get so frustrated when I just don't know how to do it off bat.
I would say that I make a couple of them. I think that the main one I make is Riley. I like, especially now since I don't work where she go to school anymore. So when I come home from work and she come home from daycare, I'm like, I don't want to do anything else because I haven't seen my baby all day, and I just want to spend time with my baby. That's the one excuse I use because it's like, yeah, I want to spend time with her, but I could be working towards something to help towards our future. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing. And then I think that like my second thing is like what you said, me thinking that time, like I just got all the time in the world. Like I'm like, oh, I can do that tomorrow, or I can do that in an hour, or I can do that by the end of the week. And then the end of the week then came, tomorrow then came, 3 hours that went by. and I haven't got nothing done. So I think those are my two main things. But now I try to do better. Example, I wrote out that agenda thing for you, and I put the like months. Like, okay, I'm giving myself until the end of May. I'm giving myself until
and that was really
July.
good, and that was self-initiated, which makes it even better.
Yes, and then so I titled it my goal for the next 4 months. So I'm giving myself 4 months to get.
Got to make it happen, right?
Done. Yes.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, we're gonna move on to one from the next edition.
Okay.
So from the self edition, this is a good one. Why do I do what I do? Now you can answer that about yourself in whatever aspect you want. Meaning, if it's why you do what you do as a mother, why you do what you do as a businesswoman, why you do what you do at work in your position, why you do what you do, well, whatever. Choose one topic and why you do what you do, but then add to what excuses have you made for yourself with how you do what you do. So, for instance, for me, with Queen Second Chance House, Queen Second Chance House is probably my baby. I got 4 businesses, and I think that's my main one. That is the business that I am dedicated to so much. And I do what I do for that particular organization and particular business because it's what probably changed my life and started my life to be what it is. Being so young and having a baby. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay, your turn.
No, you didn't say what excuses. You didn't say what excuses.
Oh, excuses. Okay. With that, I would say, like I said, the kids is one of them, definitely. Using the kids as an excuse and just like feeling like, not supported too. Like when you don't feel like you have the support or people behind you to help you, or people be acting funny too. People definitely act funny. They don't be wanting to help, or feeling like it's like a Krabby Patty recipe, and it's like it doesn't hurt to help a person. So when you feeling like you don't have that, or you won't have that, or don't even know how to go about getting them, that definitely is it. That was an excuse where I just had to say, no, what, I'm gonna do my research and I'm gonna learn. And if this person's not willing to help me, I'm gonna find somebody that's willing to help me to learn this.
Yeah, that's it right there.
Yeah, definitely.
I would say parenting. I'll pick parenting.
Okay.
I parent Riley the way that I parent Riley is because half the times it's things that I wish my mother would have did for me. So, prime example, Riley's in dance, Riley's in swim because I never learned how to swim. I was never in a dance class. So, I do that for Riley. On like the other end, the excuses I make though when it comes to parenting, like if it's like something bad or if it's like just in general, it's like I was learned that like my mama did it or like the other mothers in my life did it that way. So that's all I know. Like that's my excuses. But it's like I feel like this is different from when we grew up, right? Like I was born in the 90s, the early 2000s was our era. Our parents did what worked for them in that time.
Yeah, times are so much different now.
Yes, and this world that we live in now is more advanced.
Times are so different.
I can't take what
so
my
much
mama
is
did.
just different.
My mama didn't have Google that had everything on there, or a cell phone where I can have that, or YouTube where I can just look something up, or TikTok. Like, my mama just had that. My mama just had what her mama taught her, and then what her grandma taught her mama. Like, stuff like that. Like, so I feel like that's the excuse I use, and that's a really big excuse, because it's like, yeah, I can take what my mama did, but also I can sauce it up a little bit because it's more modern time.
Definitely, definitely. I think we definitely hit the main points of excuses and just, I guess, being accountable for what you need to do and not making those excuses, whatever it is that you need to do to not make those excuses. What you gonna lead the folks about making excuses, girl?
Stop. Just stop. That's it.
Stop making excuses, y'all. No, seriously. We play all day, and it's okay to enjoy and joke. You got to make light of things, but seriously, you don't make light of it to the point where it becomes non-important, non-existent. Deal with what's going on, approach it head on, the mature way, and get it done.
Yeah, no, but all jokes aside, I would seriously say, get you a person that will hold you accountable. Like, that's what I was saying. And they will help you not make the excuses, because, okay, like, now that I sent you my goal thing, because like you said, I'm real big on using myself as an example, but that's all I can speak on. Now that I sent you my goal thing and we talked about this is what I want to do, I feel like if I make an excuse on why I'm doing it, why I didn't do it, I'm wasting your time and my time.
Yeah, that's a good one.
You're taking your time out to help me with this. You're believing in me. You calling me every day. Hey, sister, what's on the agenda today? What did you get done? What are you going to do to work towards this? And then you say, okay, well, at 6 o'clock tonight when I call you back, we're going to talk about it. You call me back at 6:05 and I ain't got nothing for you.
Right.
I'm wasting your time.
Right. Right.
So I think, like, all jokes aside, get you somebody that can hold you accountable. That's what I would leave it with.
Accountability partner. I mean,
yeah.
I have a few of them. I have about 3 who stay on my butt, herself included. Like, okay, so what did you do? What's going on? What's the updates? What's this? Because they want to know. They're wanting to be involved in what is the process of developing not only me, but developing what comes with me. You are your own brand, depending on whatever field you in. And being your own brand is a lot of work. So making those excuses, they slim to none.
Yeah, because what you tell me the other day, if you don't believe in you, how you expect other people to? When you said that, I was ready to hang up that phone on you. I was like, all right.
Hey, no excuses. No excuses.
Period.
But we wrapping up, y'all. This is Memoirs and Some, the podcast. Of course, I'm your favorite host, Myia Dominique. And we are out for tonight. No excuses. Peace.